All right. How it's everybody doing? Let's see if we can hear each other, if we can see each other. I believe we can. I believe we are here. Let's just make sure that we are connected. As you're jumping on, feel free to drop a comment. If you're here live, let me know where are you watching from. I am here in Nashville, in Tennessee. It's been quite decent weather. I don't know. Let me know where you are and what's the weather out there. I know that we have friends all around the world joining us, but as we are getting started, this is the episode number 2. And last week we had a couple of technical issues when it comes to making sure that we've been able to basically get live. For some reason, I don't know, maybe sometimes people say the Facebook algorithm is not working in your favor or something like that, but that's fine. I see that this week the things are working much better on that part. But first of all, once again, welcome those of you guys who are joining. If you're here live, again, put your name, let us know where you're tuning in from, and if you're watching live, put number 1 in the comments. If you're watching in replay, put number 2, because I'll still like to say hi later on, even if I cannot see you here. I see Gerhard here, I see Martin here, so welcome. So last week we started something that I said this is going to be like a project. I love to do things from scratch. I love to figure out the things. I like to absolutely do something from nothing, and this is something that fills my heart, fills my soul, and definitely I am very passionate about. And this is basically, as I call this, the project Breakthrough Moments. And one of the things is, as we enter the 2024, I always like to have a word for the year, and definitely a word for this year for me, it's a breakthrough. And one of the reasons why I say a breakthrough is because it can mean in many different ways. It can mean many different things at the end of the day. But overall, I believe that we all work towards breakthroughs in our life in many different ways. If that's, like I already mentioned last week, if that's from financial breakthrough, if that's through like a health breakthrough, if that's through friendship and the circle of friends we have around breakthrough, many different ways, right? So this episode number 2, we're gonna start digging more into like different ways of entrepreneurship, like how things are getting done, what are people doing all around the world, and basically every Thursday my goal is to spend some minutes with you guys. Of course, if you guys have any questions while we are live here, feel free to do so. We're also gonna be starting to put these things into different channels, as well as maybe we're also gonna think about putting all these things into a podcast as well, for those who likes to listen to some good piece of any kind of like conversations or advice or something like that, and maybe you want to do that while you're driving or like working out or something like that. So that's also another thing to have. But let's discuss something that I think it is much needed. But on the other side, I still believe that a lot of people do not really know where to get started on that. And this is basically what we call, there are 2 different things, 2 different ways to focus on when you're building your financial future, and specifically when you're building the way that you can create more income for yourself, for your family, and so on and so on. Hello Adisa, hello Lupita, good to have you guys here. So 2 things, and the number 1 thing is when it comes to like the ways how you're basically being able to create your income. And this is probably one of the most important things that I'm so passionate about, because most of the times I see many hardworking people. Hello, Michael. Good to see you as well. Many times I see a lot of passionate people, like they are hard workers. If I ask you right now, how many of you know people around you that are literally working from morning till evening, like putting all what they have out, even that's like different kind of physical jobs, like the, jobs in different kind of offices or whatever it is. People work hard. Many people work hard. But the truth is that even many of those people who work hard, they still have hard times when it comes to finances. They still have hard times to make a breakthrough. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be the way that someone who not even work like, whatever they want to tell us, like you just need to work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, you're going to be completely fine. I see people working 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours a day, and not 5 days a week. They're working the entire 7 days in a week. If you ask them, are you free on Sunday? They're going to tell you, what kind of free day? There's no free days for me. I work Monday, I work Friday, I work Sunday. And I'm not talking about the business owners. I'm talking about the regular people who are just trying to bring enough income to the table to take care of themselves and like their families, right? So why I'm saying it is because the two things that we're going to talk about, the first thing is very important, and this is basically the active income. So those of you guys who are listening here, pay attention to that. So that means the first thing that you need to understand is how to create and increase your active income. I'm going to break it down over the next minutes a bit. What does the active income really means? But second of all, like also why you should be always striving to increase your active income. Let me give you an example. So if someone works so many hours a day, so many hours a week, so many hours a month, they get paid. If that's a salary, if that's anything they sell, they might get like a sales commissions, anything like that. They are going to be paid because they have put the work in. So when we talk about the active income, we talk about, first of all, you need to take your time to put your efforts in, to put your knowledge in, to put your skills in, to apply everything that you learned and you need to know for you to be able to perform. And when you perform, you're expecting payment as a return. Right? So you've taken your time. Again, you've taken probably some of your skills. You've taken, even at the end of the day, your physical efforts for you to be able to create that. And you keep creating your active income. Now, here are a couple of things that we need to think about. When we are creating our active income, this basically means you're involved in the process of obtaining this specific payment. Right? If you are, let's say, for example, I don't know, selling phone cases, right? If you're selling phone cases and you just go from a customer to customer, from a client to client, I don't know, or you go to like a marketplace and you have your own stand or something like that, and then you're expecting your potential clients to come so you can show them, okay, this is the phone case, this is how it works and so on. Okay, great. I'm gonna buy it. Fine. So you sell the phone case for whatever it is, 5 euros, 10 euros, 2 euros, 20 euros. I don't know. Maybe you might even have phone cases for 100 euros. It depends what it is, what you're selling. But the point here is you have taken your time. Hola, mi amor. Mi preciosa. So you have taken your time and you have put your skills and efforts for you to be able to make this money, whatever it is, for you to be able to sell this phone case, right? So you have sold this phone case, you have made some money, you probably made some profit, that's why you're in the business. So now this is the thing. You are creating this active income. And this is just one example. The other example is if you or the people you know, they work a regular job, for example, they're employee. If they're employee, that means they are creating their active income. They need to either like drive to work, or if they're working from home, from the computer, whatever it is, they need to spend their time. They need to be at workplace at some point or like do something about it. So it means they waste their time. they spend their time, and again, they waste it as well at the end of the day, because we never get the time back. But the second of all is you also are constantly, actively involved in this specific thing that you are making this money. Okay, I'm taking much more time on that because I want to make sure everybody understands really what does it mean to be creating the active income. Now, so we understand the active income. We know how the active income is being obtained, right? By us using time and expertise and you know, again, you know, different efforts for us to be able to create that. All right, good. Now, the second thing on the active income is we can have different amounts of the active income we can create, right? If you are good in selling and you're a good seller and you have a good product to sell, maybe you're going to be making 5,000 euros amount in active income, right? If you are kind of like maybe just, you know, you just want to be just having a job for like something that you make on a monthly basis, and I don't know, let's say your employer pays you 1,000 euros a month, that's what your active income is. But here's the thing. You have spent your time, and as far as I know, and I will keep asking that, I'm still asking you guys here, if you know anyone that have more than 24 hours a day of their time, please introduce me to this person, because I would like to learn how I can do that. Because honestly, like, my days would need 60 hours, not 24 hours without sleep. But anyway, that's everyone's you know, the desire and the drive, how much we want to do it and what we want to do it in our life, right? But so as far as I know, everybody have 24 hours a day. And in these 24 hours, at some point we need to sleep. At some point we need to eat. At some point we need to at least like take some time off. Okay, Maria, I'm glad that I'm not then like, I guess, the only one, right? Maria also have just 24 hours. So that's, I guess we're on the same page. So what I'm saying is like, we need to spend this time. So not even 24 hours, we can really dedicate to create this active income. So where I'm going with that is basically that with the active income, you become limited. Put number 3 in the comments right now if you agree with me that anyone who is working and building just the active income, it's going to be limited at some point. How many of you think that if you're building just the active income, that you have a cap, you have the limit? But then some people will say, well, you know, I can make 500 euros from active income per month. Okay, great. I can make 2,000 euros from active income per month. Okay, great. Some people will say, I can even make 20,000 euros per month from active income. Okay, great. But what's your limit? There is a limit somewhere, because you cannot do more than you can do, because you are the one that is putting the efforts and the time in order for you to be able to obtain this active income. So the biggest problem with the active income is limitation of earning and limitation of time, which is connected between each other. So those of you guys who are listening right now, you might be saying like, okay, so in order for me to basically make a breakthrough, in order for me to be able to do something more, I need to know if there is any other way aside my active income for me to be able to do that. Okay, I will share this with you. By the way, those ones who are joining, I see Froska, I see Goran, and some other people joining as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Feel free to drop your name in the comment. Feel free to do something else that I always like to do. If you're expecting any breakthrough, put breakthrough word inside the comments. I would love to see how many of you are working on and expecting any breakthrough, as this is the breakthrough moments. This is the episode number 2 for this year as we started this project. Those of you who would like to get more notified on what we are doing on this project, feel free to join through the link somewhere. You're gonna see it. It's a Telegram link. I have a special Breakthrough Moments Telegram channel where you can basically simply obtain any extra information that is 100% free. You can always opt out from this channel or something like that. But my goal is to provide all the experiences, all information, all the things I'm obtaining through the years and years and years, specifically on the level of business entrepreneurship in many different ways. So that's the first thing, right? The active income. So in order for you to be able to become limitless when it comes to creative, to create your income, you need to look into the point number 2. And this second thing is called passive income. Those of you guys who ever heard about the passive income, please put the word passive inside the comments here. Put the word passive, because I love to hear and see when people talk about the passive income, because it's so underestimated word when it comes to when we talk about the passive income. I always say, if people would really understand what is the power of the passive income, you would do everything and anything in any time of the day what is needed for you to make it happen. Because the passive income is basically limitless way of you providing for yourself, for your family, for any your financial needs, for any of your dreams, for anything, for the amount of people and the communities that you want to help. The answer is build your passive income. Make as much as you can on the active side of the income, but think about how you can transition from just keep having the active income and make more and more and more passive income. I always take passive income into 3 different stages. Okay, 3 different stages, and you can note this down. You can. I hope you're gonna maybe somehow either write them down or like remember somewhere, or you can even come back and rewatch this recording or something. But I break it to 3 different stages. Stage number 1 of the passive income is to get to know about it. The moment you realize that the passive income exists and you just get started on working on your passive income, this is the moment that might change your life forever. More than the moment when you're gonna be making a lot of passive income. It's this first one, that you understand that the passive income exists, you get to know about it, and you get started to working towards the passive income. Stage number 2 is when your passive income reach and exceeds the amount of money you spend every month for your necessities, for your daily life. This is where the breakthrough starts happening. This is where we talk about a massive, massive, massive breakthrough for people. This is when we talk about potential of financial freedom at some point. This is when we start seeing potential of the financial freedom. This is where we also start seeing a lot of freedom happening in many different ways. From a little bit more time freedom to like a way of like not thinking always like, oh, so if I go to the store, I would like to buy this thing, but okay, it's organic, it's a good brand, like it have really good clean ingredients, but the price is ×3 comparing the normal one. Let me just buy the store brand because I don't believe I'm at that point. This is heartbreaking. This is heartbreaking. When we can't even buy what we want, but we buy what we can afford. And the passive income is one of the great solutions for that. Right? So that's the stage number 2 in the passive income. Okay? It's when your passive income meets the amount of what you need per month for you to be able to sustain yourself and your family and live. Whatever your monthly expenses are. And then the stage number 3 is when the passive income absolutely creates abundance in your life. When you basically can live on passive income and can add the things, can work on different projects, can work on different things, all thanks to passive income. So once again, I believe there are 3 stages of passive income. The first one is when you get to know of it, when you actually make the first step and start working on your passive income. The second one is when you basically get to the point that your monthly expenses are covered by the passive income. Do you really understand the amount of stress that is going to fall off your heart and your brain and your body when you understand that you are starting the month, but your month is covered already because you know that you have built so much passive income that is going to cover your month? Like, just think about that. Those of you guys who are here, you don't need to put it down in the comments if you don't want. If you wish, feel free to do so. What is your needed monthly expense? What does it take for you to go through the month just with necessities? To pay for your, housing, to pay for all the bills, to move around, for your transportation, to pay for your food, and to just make sure that everybody around you that you're taking care of is basically taken care of. Whatever this amount is. Some of you might say, well, it's 1,000 euros. Some of you might say, well, it's 3,000 euros. I don't know. It depends where you are living and what are your needs of this basic living, right? Some of you might say, well, it's 20,000 because you're just living on a bigger level. Not just because, it's that you're maybe living in a country that the things are more expensive. Whatever this is. But here's the question. Okay, Maria, great. You put in 2,000 euros. 2,000 euros, like I assume it's your monthly expense. That means this is what you need per month for you to be able to say, okay, this is how much I need to make, and this is how much I spend per month to go through the month. Great. Now here's the question. What would happen if Maria applies these 3 things on the passive income? Number 1, that she realizes that there is a passive income and she starts working towards it. Number 2, that she gets to the point that she is going to make through her passive income 2,000 euros. And those of you guys who are listening right now and thinking on your own, how would you feel? Like, really, think about it for a second. What would have happened if you would know that you make the amount of money you need per monthly base from the passive income? What do you think? What do you think it would happen? How would you feel? How much more ideas, creativity, faith in anything you do you would have? Because when you get to the point that your passive income meets your monthly expenses, you're still probably going to do something. You're not going to go to sleep. You're not going to retire. I'm not talking about that. But you're going to be able to have all the time of the day, of the week, of the month to be creative, to work on what you're passionate about, not of what you need to do to be making this money for you to be able to cover those expenses. See, majority of the people in this world are not really working on something they're passionate about. They're just working because they need to make this money for them to be able to cover the monthly expenses. And then those people get to the point that they just keep telling to themselves, oh, I was just not born in the right time. Or just the city or the country I was born is just not made that way. I'm just unfortunate. I will tell you one thing once again, and I've heard that from many different people, from many different mentors, and I just love it. If you're born financially poor, it's not your fault. It can be. It can be. And at the end of the day, most likely you will say, well, but then it's fault from someone else. No, just don't worry about it. It's not your fault. Doesn't matter whose fault it is or it's not. It's just not your fault when you're born. But if you go through the life and you get to the specific point to like some older ages and you're still struggling with your finances and you're still like the same like you've been pretty much when you've been born, then at some point it is your fault. Because you had more than enough time to learn, to master the skills, to understand some of the things that I'm just a little bit sharing it here. But honestly, this is a true talk. Through these breakthrough moments episodes, I'm gonna talk much about some of the raw truths that some of you might not be comfortable, that some of you might not like it. But I will tell you, sometimes you need to look in yourself. You need to say, hey, you know what? That's kind of like true. Like, the only person that can do more or less, it's me. It doesn't matter what the other people think or do around me. It's me that determines my destiny. Right? So, what I'm saying here is all of you guys think about that. Think about what would have happened if this passive income would get to that point. So to close this up and to basically get to the point to understand these two things. Number one is you need to build your active income, and you need to find the ways how to always be increasing your active income, at least to really reach some kind of limits to say, I can't do more. You need to be like, you need to get to the point to say, you know what? I made 5,000, I made 10,000, I made 15,000. Whatever you are at the point and whatever you are doing, you say, from what I'm doing on the active part, I cannot do much more. I need to do more on the passive income. What are the ways of passive income? What are the ways on how you can build it? This is like a whole new conversation. I'm not gonna be entering to that because this is something just like a getting started thing for everybody. And we're gonna have another episodes talking more into details on that. What are the ways of the active income and the passive income and all those kind of things. But again, number one, learn, understand that there is a passive income that everybody of us is working on. Make some audit. What's your active income? What are some of the plans? What are some of the goals you can increase your active income? And then number two, if you are not doing that yet, realize that there is an active passive income option. Get started into working towards your passive income. That means an income that whenever you sleep, whenever you don't do anything, is still going to generate some money for you, whatever this is. And then basically keep building this passive income again to higher and higher and higher levels. So I know that there might be some questions, there might be some like some of you like, okay, so no, I kind of like understand or like I still have some confusion on this part. But my wish for everybody of you here is to first of all sit down, realize that there are two options, and make the decision that you are not gonna just let one of these two things just go away because you're just ignorant of the information. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Understand there's an active income and there's a passive income, and that more active income you create, more chances most likely are gonna have to have faster and higher passive income to get started with. And at some point, my wish for all of you is that your passive income is absolutely going to exceed your active income. And also, those of you guys who are doing your active income by not liking what you're doing, it's time for you to find the way that you're gonna be able to work on your active income with what you're passionate about, with what you love, with what you're not gonna be. It's not gonna be hard for you to wake up in the morning and work on it. It's not going to be hard for you to literally even stay up through the night if needed, because you love what you do. That's my wish for all of you for this beginning of this year as we're going through. If you got some value, please put number 0 in the comments below. I would like to see those of you guys who got some value, put number 0 in the comments here. Other than that, I absolutely appreciate you being here. If you want to get more different tips, content, information like that, feel free to join my simple Telegram channel that I'll be sharing different things there as well. There's a link somewhere there around in the comments. Feel free to find it and join us there. If you feel that this might help some of your friends as well, feel free to share this. I would appreciate that if you want to share it, and maybe someone else is going to hop on because of that and is going to maybe like take some notes and learn something. That's the biggest joy we can give to people. It's the joy of knowledge and skills, so they can go and make better than they've been doing today and yesterday and days before. And my wish to everybody of you is, if you can just become 1% better every single day, just that, you're going to be 365% better just in a year from today. So I love you guys, appreciate you guys. I will see you guys next Thursday again. Until then, think about it. How do you work and increase your active income, and of course work on your passive income? Love you guys, take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.